Let's play and review Need for Speed 2 Special Edition. Instead of reviewing game sequels, this time I decided to go back in time when all the famous game series started to emerge. And also their copycats. In late 80s and early 90s, there was a racing game called Test Drive. From what I read in gaming magazines, it was a King of the Hill series with no one to oppose their popularity. Until 1996. Following its release, the new racing series called Need for Speed reached top 10 in many software retailer charts for several months, so sequel was highly expected. Test Drive lost its crown, and to regain their popularity, they too started to work on a sequel. Now began the Clash of Titans. I leave Test Drive games for my future projects, but now it's time for a Need for Speed. Let's play and review. Need for Speed 2 was released in March 1997 and it was met with mixed reviews. The original version didn't have any 3D support. It was quite a problem because it was too slow to provide a fantastic sense of speed. The hardware requirements have increased astronomically and most computers simply could not run this game properly. So, after many versions and patches, it gets its final form and looks the way it was supposed to look when it was first introduced. Released in October 1997, the special edition of Need for Speed 2 includes exclusive Tropical Last Resort track, 3 extra cars, 3 bonus cars, a new driving style called Wild, and 3DFX Glide hardware acceleration support. This version definitely makes a better sequel than the original non-special edition, but on grander scale, it still occasionally falters as far as advancing the series. It's all flashy looks, but not too much content. A lot of effort has been put into designing racing tracks. They take you around the world and they also look like the country you're passing through. The track called Proving Grounds is located in Norway. This is the one of the fastest tracks where you will be able to put a pedal to the metal. Careful, one mistake and you will kiss the concrete wall. Outback is a track in Australia. After driving through Sydney, the road leads you into the desert where red sand, canyons and rocks await you. Watch out for the swarm of flying bees. Last Resort is a real eye candy. You start the race at a small town beach, continue through the jungle to the old temple, and at a certain moment you will be pushed deep underground, driving parallel to the hot lava flow. The road that runs through Northern Europe is called the North Country. Driving along the modern highway, you will be able to admire tulip fields and windmills. Watch carefully, because on this track there's a narrow bridge near the waterfalls. In Canada, you drive the next track, Pacific Spirit. After city driving, you will find yourself in a slightly more natural environment in an old rainforest, where the strenuous climb to the mountains awaits you. But once you go up, you have to calm down, which is an opportunity for another crazy ride. Now we move to Greece, which hosts the Mediterranean track. I recommend this track to careful drivers as it passes through village with narrow streets. The track is kinda difficult because of high jumps and sudden downhills, but not as difficult as the Mystic Peaks in Nepal. That track is a real nightmare. You climb up the Himalayas, but not to the top, on a steep and winding road. Strong wind is trying to throw you off the road and expect even more high jumps, especially at the bridge. Cars are divided into 3 classes, which makes tournament and knockout races within each class even more challenging. All of the cars are featured: the McLaren F1, Ferrari F15, Lotus GT1 and S-Spirit, Ford GT90, Jaguar, Isodera Comandantore and Italdesign Kala. The secret cars are a real pleasant surprise. FZR 2000, Tombstone and Bomber B7S awaits you by winning tournament. You can configure technical parameters according to your driving style and change car color. Game developers gave them a lot of attention, took pictures of them from various angles and even recorded videos of them, which you can watch whenever you want. There are 2 racing modes, Knockout and Tournament. In Knockout, you must not to be the last one, because you will be expelled from further competition, and in the last race you must win. Before entering Knockout, my advice is to practice driving on single player tracks. Well, except for the last bonus track, Monolithic Studio, which unlocks after winning Knockout. On the other hand, Tournament mode is more challenging. After you finish a race, no matter in what position in a car you have chosen, next race will begin in a new car. Apparently, the game chooses a car in a different car class. Quite a nasty surprise. What can I say? Practice makes perfect. In single player mode, you can easily determine the number of opponents and their skill level, but they will not give up just like that. Believe me, they will constantly trying to push you off the road. Some tracks have a lot of vehicles that will get in your way, but this game is not meant to be a Carmageddon type, so don't expect to see any victims of your crazy driving. Besides difficulty, the game's biggest annoyance is the way how collisions with other vehicles are resolved. You just have to be patient until your car stops bouncing and settles down on the road. Only then you can continue drive normally and lose precious time. The sound in the game is very good, and I like when you enter a tunnel. It becomes muffled and deeper, just like in a real tunnel. The music ranges from some kind of hard rock through techno and drum and bass. For 1997, the graphics are absolutely stunning. Even in 2023, it's quite surprising. Of course, I'm talking about 3D accelerated graphics. To be able to see the game in its graphics glory, you must have a Voodoo graphics card, because no other graphics options are supported. No Direct 3D, no OpenGL, nothing.
Voodoo magic. Fucking voodoo magic, man.
I never had those graphics cards, so I had to use proper programs like Englite. After hours of making custom configurations and program crashes, finally run the game in the way it's supposed to look when it was first introduced. Thank you for watching my video. If you like it, click on subscribe and click on bell icon to receive notification when I upload new videos. Also, check on Twitter and Facebook about news and updates. Thank you and see you again soon.